Hey guys, so someone once told me, if you want to bury a dead body, put it on the second page of Google search. And if you want to be found, make a couple glaring mistakes and upload a video to YouTube. All the internet detectives will find you. So that's what's happened. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. Hope everyone's had a great week. Today is Friday, or younger me would call Fries Day. Fries. Anyways, today we're taking a tour of an annex. We're going to continue looking at some somewhat interesting features of this building. It was built in 1968, at least that's what people tell me, but who knows? I mean, it would be very impressive if they built this building in 1 year, but I mean, with unlimited budget, that is possible. I wanted to give everyone a little bit of update since the last video. Turns out, if you ever want any of your mistakes to be found, or for a bunch of people to find out where you live, just post it on YouTube. But anyways, some new information resurfaced that I didn't even know about. So this building, the main building over here, is actually built in 1914. It was actually built by a guy that used to own a sand and gravel company. And it was built in 1914 and extended in 1928. In 1955 is when it was sold to the school. So they added this addition on in 1968. So the original thing that was really baffling to me was that it's actually fully block and steel truss, well, steel I-beam, not even truss, construction. And for that time frame, it seemed very odd for a residential house to be built that way. Because all the other surrounding houses, the neighbors' houses, including the house I currently live in, is actually built in the 1900s. So like my house was built in 1912. This building was built in 1914. So they're very, very similar in age. And they're all stick construction. So since this is I-beam construction, I thought that was very, very odd for a residential house. But turns out he was a pretty big guy with a very large company, and I guess he really wanted it to be built sturdy. And this is exactly what that was. It's built very, very sturdy. So hopefully that clears up some confusion. And now that you know where I live, please don't poop on my lawn. This is a shot of the breezeway coming in. And we are going to go explore the annex. This side actually didn't change too much. The only difference is there's a wall here now. And I will put up the blueprints to kind of show you what that looked like without that wall. So this is the original blueprint for this floor. It's the main room is 21 feet by 42 feet, about 924 square feet. And these two offices at the bottom are 10 by 12 feet each. These two offices still exist. They're black, so all the walls are made out of black. So that wasn't changed. Somewhere between these two offices, I think this main wall just got extended across. This main wall is, interestingly enough, probably put a lot later because it's actually made of drywall instead of block or any other material. So I do think it's probably like a 2x4 construction wall, and they just put drywall on the outside of it. I haven't dove deep into it, so I'm not really quite sure. This bathroom closer to the right side next to this office is pretty much the same. The only difference is we don't have two sinks. Actually, both of these bathrooms don't have two sinks anymore. They only have one small sink. And the rightmost bathroom doesn't have these two toilets anymore towards the bottom here in this picture, where the other one does. Aside from that, this does look mostly original. But you can tell this wall was added in a lot later because it's actually made out of drywall. All the other existing walls are black. So including the bathrooms and the offices are all black. And this wall here is good old drywall. It's not even plaster. So that is probably a relatively new development. Here's our closet. It's very large, and this used to be probably like a server room. They have the rack mounts here, some electrical equipment, and all of these closets are interesting because you see, it used to be a school, so there's kids here, caution de low, and there's shelving, and it curves all the way around under the stairs here. So kids could probably hide and seek in here. Both sides are like this. So that would be fun for storage, I suppose. And then there's shelving. So away from this, we have a couch they left me. It's horribly uncomfortable. Here is a small office, which I've kind of been using to stage up equipment. Nothing super interesting in here. Just, these old thermostats. They look to be mercury filled actually, so that might be environmental concern, not quite sure. And then they have Ethernet lines that go around the whole place. And these radiators, which I'm almost positive are all busted. So coming back around here, this is the main area. And this is where the money shot is. All that roofing material I had to buy for the roof soon. And I have a squat rack there just so I can do some squats with roofing material. Here's a storage room, which is also an office. This is also basically the same size as the last office, so essentially the same thing. Next to that, we have a bathroom. So this is a adult-sized bathroom. There's one toilet there. You can find the lights. There's some shelving on this side, which I have fluorescent lights, well, LED lights I'm gonna put up. There's a miniature sink. And over here, there is a microwave. And I'm assuming a toilet used to be there. And I'm assuming there's another toilet that used to be there because in the blueprints, there are 2 toilets in this room. So that door is kind of blocked by all that roofing material, but it is the same side of closet. It goes all the way down under. So I'm gonna come back around here. And this is another bathroom. This is a utility closet for, let's say, a janitor. What's interesting is this pipe on the side here is actually from this mini split handler. And there's mini splits throughout the house, but I'm pretty sure most of these don't work. Only one has been verified to be working so far. And we have a wall-mounted mini sink. I shouldn't say mini sink, it's just a smaller sink. And here are our miniature toilets. Very, very small with your classic shower curtain stall door. It's coming back out. We have one more room on this side, which is a small office. This is very small, smaller than the other ones. Same mercury based thermostat. And I don't know if the poop pipe is leaking, but that looks to be a poop pipe. And that looks to be water stains. So that is something else to investigate. And coming out, here's our main doors to the outside. Well, the outside stairwell first. So here's our stairwell, and that is our yard. And now we can go up the stairs. There's a nice big landing up here. So this could be used to put shoes or coats or whatnot, and another view of the outside. And here we go. We're on the second floor of the annex, and this is actually very, very different from the blueprints. Here's the original proposed plan. I was able to get a couple of these scanned in. So you can see the area right in front here where they have cubicles and 2 classrooms is about 672 square feet. They proposed 4 separate divisions here, and where I'm currently standing, they call the sitting room, which is about 14 by 32 feet. And either none of these rooms got originally built, or they got torn down because they don't exist anymore. I have a feeling they never existed just because the bathroom layout is completely different, in a sense that it would be much more difficult to switch the bathroom around to essentially have the same bathroom, but completely change the plumbing. So I'm thinking this was just a proposed plan, and what actually got built is what we see here. So this entire area, which is open and for classrooms, on the blueprints, it looks like they were planning on putting 4 offices here, and then where we're standing right now is some sort of seating area. And this is actually a relatively large room too. I'll put the dimensions up. And I think what's really cool about this entire building is, if you look up, it's all truss construction. So there's steel trusses across the whole thing with can lights. And you see corrugated steel, and I'm assuming there might be some sort of concrete or some sort of building material on top of that. I haven't really gotten a chance to investigate that. But the entire building's block and steel truss construction, so it's pretty sturdy. And even in this corner here, we can kind of glimpse in what all these trusses look like. So you can see the trusses up there and all the wiring going through. So that's actually pretty awesome. And as one of my HVAC friends said, these Sanyo units you can't get parts for anymore. So if any of them are broken, you're going to probably have to replace them, which is probably what's going to have to happen. So before we dive into the 2 bathrooms here, there's actually 3. You can kind of see that basically the original blueprints have a bathroom that has a door that goes into the hallway, the stairwell here, and that no longer exists. That bathroom is still there. The toilet and the sink on that bathroom seems to have been inverted and pushed closer to the wall, and the entranceway would be in the middle bathroom where that toilet is, and it goes in and then to the right. The 2 tubs are now in the center bathroom here, and the 1 tub is now also inverted, where it's actually on the left side of this blueprint instead of the right. Both toilets, you'll notice for the center bathrooms, are actually in the center now, where the sinks are, and the sinks have reversed and they're on the outside. So I don't know if this was changed. I think the likelihood of it being changed is very low, just because all the plumbing they'd have to do to essentially have the same bathroom with a different layout. But here's the blueprint, and we'll continue seeing what it currently looks like now. So there's a indent here with a closet, very shallow closet, and we have a large bathroom up here. So here is that bathroom, and the ceiling might be leaking a bit, but there's a vacuum extractor there coming out. Here's our shallow-ish closet. So I guess you can put storage materials here. And then back to the hallway, we have 2 bathrooms here. So we have this first one over here with 3 mini sinks. 3 mini sinks. Toilet. Definitely have some leaking issues from top here. And this is a miniature tub. It has been covered up because I assume no one uses it. And behind it is another miniature tub. So I think these areas can be converted into single bathrooms, which is the plan. I'd probably put a double vanity on the right here, a single toilet here, and then expand that rear to be a full-size shower or a tub. I think the tub might be too small, but a full-size shower would be able to span the whole thing and have a sliding door. That'd be really cool, a really large shower. And then we could have like a cabinet and where one of the toilets are, or just have a bigger space around the toilet. And then we have, this is where a fire extinguisher was. The previous inspector told me to remove it, and then he went missing. So here is our triple sinks, and then same deal, miniature toilet, and then this one only has 1 tub with storage above, and this side is completely a blank. So, and outside the window, you can kind of see the front yard, which is a kind of nice view. All right. Now we're coming into the main area, which they called a sitting area. And just look at how many light switches there are. That's a lot of light switches. So here is what they call the main sitting area. So we have some mini splits, a whiteboard, a cork board, an old CRT TV, these small, I guess, lockers or shelving, a drinking fountain. And here's our main area, which cubicle walls, but used to be classrooms. So here's our first whiteboard or chalkboard. We spin around. Here's our other one. And you see this is where the rest of the partition wall was, where that door is. And I don't know why there's a linoleum piece in the middle here, but that's kind of cool. Most likely this carpet will all be torn up. There's 1 mini split here and a window unit, which I'm assuming was to supplement that mini split, since there's 3 on this floor, I think. Also, something kind of odd is when they installed these mini splits, obviously you need a condensation drain pipe, but most of the time they would just drill a hole straight out the wall. and just let it drain outside. But you can see the refrigerant lines go up, and then they have a intricate PVC piping system where this drains into this PVC pipe. There's an arch here, which isn't great. And then it drains through this bend downstairs into the closet and then to the outside. This is also kind of similar. You'll see the air handler mounted to the wall. They drilled a hole through the wall, ran this PVC pipe all the way across the room, and there's a hole drilled to the outside. Another mini split install, same thing. They have a drain pipe, and it goes through the wall into the closet, and that pipe's coming from upstairs. Here we are in the closet. You can see that drain pipe coming through the ceiling, bending there. And it's gonna be hard to see, but it goes down and then out, and I'll show you where it comes out outside. That pipe comes outside and bends around right here. Is that the best way to do things? I'm really not quite sure, but it is what it is. Here are all the original blueprints. I do have another video where I outline this, but I will be scanning these all in and posting them so everyone can see those. And here is our steps going down. And they have these little boards that they used to put decorations on. So there's one there, and there's one there. And there's these double doors, which are nice. And you can see the breezeway from here. You can see the breezeway and the other building. And coming down, we are now back to the front of the building. You can see my old Mac there from 20 years ago. And all my supplies. And now we are back. And that concludes the tour of the annex section. And this was mostly used as classrooms and stuff, so there's not as much interesting stuff. The other side has a lot of old brickwork, which we'll get into and slow down for. So hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time. Please don't come murder me, because now some people know where I live.